So for today, we're going to be looking at the second Star Wars armor set. If you guys don't know, we've already done the review video and the shader video. They're both right here. You guys can check it out. And we've already done the Hunter video. Definitely check that one out because I do think some of the sets that I made are amazing. But for this video, we're going to be doing what we essentially did for the Hunter video, which is take individual pieces from the set and then making individual sets from those pieces. So that way we can flex our fashion muscles, so to speak. And also, I think it's genuinely some of the most fun and some of the best content I make, just because I know people like to watch these videos. I also do have the short versions of these, so if you don't want to hear me talking, wait the next day and then I'll usually post the male and female versions. That's what I usually do, so that way people can just see the armor without me blabbing, because this is definitely me just yapping about my thought process and why I went with the pieces that I did. So that's kind of why I talk a lot in these videos. So if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, really does help, because a huge portion of people are actually not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor, like, comment, sub, hit the bell notification, because that also does help. Other than that, let's get into it. So to start off, here is the Titan's first set, which is going to be the Obsidian Durasteel Gauntlets. For the actual exotic, it's going to be the Hollowfire Heart ornament, or the Hollowfire Heart with the Arcturus Engine ornament. For the other pieces, it's going to be the Solar Storm helmet, the Veteran Legend Greaves, and then the Thunderous Impact Mark. Shaderized Cryptic Insignia. I think this one's really cool. This one is definitely leaning into the partial armor piece of the arms. So for example, I think the Mark does a really good job of showcasing more cloth, and then the boots also showcase a bit of cloth as well. So that's kind of like where my head went. Like I wanted to have equal, not equal, but like some parts of more like cloth and then some plating, which is why this set looks really cool in my opinion, because there was also a lot of cloth in the neck as well. I also like the combo of the Obsidian Durasteel Gauntlets with the Thunderous Impact Mark, because it has like the lined like padding type of thing, which is kind of like where my head went. Honestly, the exotic doesn't really matter at this point. I just kind of chose that because I thought it was going to look really cool with white. And I genuinely think this one's pretty cool, actually. Like, not like, no shot, like it's pretty cool. I don't have a lot of Hollowfire Heart sets. I mean, maybe, I don't even know at this point. I definitely think this is one of the better ones just because it does look really cool. That being said, if you were to ask me like what is a nitpick that I have about this armor, is it would be the fact that the boots do not really represent the shoulder pads and the helmet and even the chest piece to a certain point that well, because the three pieces that I talked about, the helmet, the chest piece, and the shoulder pads, have a more rounded shape compared to the boots where it's more angular. So if you were to ask me like what I would switch out, I would probably switch out the boots for something that has much more of a rounded shape. Not something super goofy looking, but just enough where it's like it has the same like language of the design, so to speak. So that would be my only issue. I mean, to be fair, some people might say, oh, well, there's edges on the chest piece as well, but it's just, the chest piece is very minimal compared to like the two pieces of the arms, and then the helmet. The boots also being circular would just be a better choice in my head. So that's kind of like my main nitpick about this set. As for the next set, we're going to be utilizing the Obsidian Durasteel plate with the Mark as well. For the arms, Lion's Might Gauntlets, and then the Helm of Optimacy. For the boots, it's going to be the Dune Marchers with Marin's Odyssey. Shaderized carbon fiber again, just because I think it's a really cool color, especially if you're going for off coloring, which this one has a lot of off coloring. So Helm of Optimacy, I mean, damn near everything has off coloring, which is really cool because the chest piece has that off coloring with the lines. And I knew immediately Marin's Odyssey is going to be a good choice because it does have that coloring as well, specifically the like U. There's a lot of off color in this one, and I generally think this one's really cool. Again, if you were to ask me like what's a nitpick that you have about this one, it would probably be the arms. I think the arms off coloring is a little too much compared to everything else. I mean, the shoulder pads, the arms, everything has off coloring. So I would say like maybe the arms has too much of the off coloring. That being said, it's not the biggest deal in the world. There is also the white line, or the white that's so weird. I just realized that the arms, the line insignias, the Titans have two on the arms, but the females have one, and then the Titan insignia on the right side. That's kind of hilarious. Yeah, I genuinely think this one's really cool for the simple fact that I'm following the off coloring a lot in this one. So for that aspect, I think this one is genuinely really cool. But I just think I would switch the arms for something else. Honestly, I would actually, yeah, I was gonna say the first Star Wars armor set that we got from Eververse, I think would be a good choice for this set. As for the next set, it's definitely the weakest one in my opinion. So for this one, we're gonna be utilizing the Obsidian Durasteel helmet and the Durasteel boots, which I love the boots. I'm just not the biggest fan of. Okay, so let me explain this real quick. For the exotic, Synthoceps for the augmented auspice, and 7 plate for the chest piece, and then the thunderous impact mark again. So I like this in the sense that like it looks like Vader just kind of like is ripped as fuck and is about to just go ham on someone. Maybe if I switch the boots out for something a little bit more like N7-ish, I think this set would look pretty cool, because it's definitely giving me the vibes of like, this is very specific, and if you don't know Metal Gear 2, I completely understand, but this gives me the vibe of when you're fighting Solidus Snake and he takes his like tentacle like thing off of his chest and he starts fighting you like really. That's kind of the vibe it gives me. It kind of gives me the vibe that like Vader like tore his armor down and is like bare like skin almost, or not bare skin, but like his like fake muscle and shit's showing, so because he's gonna go all out. That's kind of like the vibe that I get from this. Like Solidus Snake takes off his tentacle weapons off so that way he can fight you like real. And yeah, that's kind of like the vibe I went with. I know that's a very hyper real like specific thing, but that's kind of like the thing I thought when I first saw the augmented auspice with the helmet. I was like, ooh, this looks like Vader's like not holding any punches now. Like he's holding the lightsaber with 2 hands right now, dog, kind of thing. So I know that's super hyper specific, but that's kind of like the set that I went with, and I really, really like it. That being said, if we had a little bit more like human anatomy armor pieces, then it would have been a little bit more scary looking. But shader-wise, Continuum Alloy, just because I like this shader. Nothing too crazy to talk about for this one. Genuinely think it's pretty cool. Definitely not the best augmented auspice set that I've made for sure though. And then last but not least, we're going to be utilizing the Obsidian Durasteel Greaves. This one is my favorite set. For the exotic, we're going to be using Doomfang Pauldrons. And then for the other pieces, Pruna Luster Helm, Veil Tithe Plates, and then the Fenrir's Bane Mark, Shader-wise Vitrified Duality. So I genuinely like this one for the simple fact that I think the Veil Tithe Plates with the Obsidian Durasteel go hella hard together. Because it's just such a simple thing. It's nothing crazy. It's just the fact that the Veil Tithe Plate has the spikes on the back, right? The boots literally have spiked on the knee, like underneath the knee pad. That's literally it. And when I saw it, I was like, it's gonna look so good with that. And I think it looks genuinely really, really cool. Definitely gives me like a a fantastical knight looking type of thing. Pruna Luster Helm was an easy choice just because the arms have horns. I'm gonna have horns on the helmet. It just makes sense. If you were to ask me what I would change, it would definitely be the mark. The mark has this orange red that doesn't change color at the bottom, which is not the biggest deal in the world, mind you. Like you could definitely ignore it. I can't ignore it because I'm just the person I am. So I would definitely just switch it out for something else. And definitely this one is the best set, like bar none. I definitely like the first one. The first one is really cool. It's just the fact that I would switch the boots for something else. The second one is also really cool. It's just the fact that I would switch the arms for something else. The third set is just the fact that like it's not perfect. I think that I would switch out the boots. I think the mark I would have to switch out as well because it's a little too long. And yeah, the last one I would just either switch the arms out or choose a better shader. But even then, like I think the set looks genuinely really cool. So Titans, let me know what you guys think. I had a lot of fun making your sets as well. Genuinely, just because again, a lot of the pieces were really, really good. Even the Vader set that I made, the third set, I think it was pretty cool. It's just, again, I would just go back and switch 2 pieces out. But yeah, Hunters, let me know Titans, let me know what you guys think. I had a lot of fun, again, like I said. So I have a lot of things planned for the next expansion. I will most likely try to push myself to do more stuff with you guys. So specifically, because of the Discord, I'm probably going to be pushing to make more content with you guys. Specifically, I'm going to go through some of like my more favorite sets that you guys have made and then showcase them on the channel. kind of like how we do this, and I think I've explained this again, but I'll explain it again. So basically, the class specific videos that I make, I want to make a class specific video for you guys, so that way I can showcase some of the community sets, because I think some of the sets you guys make my shit look shameful. Like, it's really cool. So I probably would make like one more set, so that way I can showcase it with you guys there, and then I'll showcase everyone else's, because again, I want to do that. I'll probably showcase like, I want to say four would be nice. I'm not going to have it in my format unless you guys record it in my format, specifically like how I have it in male and female and they're not moving. If you guys do that, I probably would make it work, but I think screenshots is just going to be the better choice, just because it'll be faster, which means I'll be able to push the content out faster instead of like taking forever. So in that aspect, I probably won't accept recordings unless it's like super special armor that I'm like, oh, I really want to do that, but we'll see about that. But yeah, I have a lot of things planned for the next expansion. Don't think I've given up on this channel. I mean, you really should not think that, considering I've been posting a fuck ton of content this month alone. Just looking at my analytics is saying, what is it? 41 published videos, more than I've done in a while, just because we have had a lot of armor this season. So that's probably why. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all coming to this point. Be safe. I'll see you guys later.